What's going on, guys? It's Commander RestlessCorpse back here with Elite Dangerous. We're on episode 41. That's absolutely crazy. I mean, I knew it was going to be a really long-running series, but the fact that I'm already up to 41 episodes is pretty damn amazing to me. Especially since they're daily episodes, so I've been playing for a little over 50 days or so, considering like some of the days that I didn't record or didn't upload. But we're still well on our way to the cloudy area with a whole bunch of A's and
fuel scooping,
O's and B's and whatnot all over it. And luckily, logging in today did not get a crazy scare of imminent death. And we're only one system away from where we left off yesterday. And clearly this system is not all that interesting. And I'm not going 197 light years to get the other one. So let's go ahead and plot the next course. But I just wanted to point out, and I've said this before, it's crazy that I put so many hours into this game and I'm still having lots of fun with it, and I'm still finding things that I think are awesome. Most notably right now, the Herbig AEBE that I am hoping to find when I get there. Now, this is a completely different session than the last time that, or the time that I found it on the map. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to find it again, but I'm sure that if I get to that area, I'll be able to dick around and go to each of those little points, and I'm sure I'll find it. But I'm still holding out hope for an undiscovered Earth-like, or even an Earth-like in general. Like, I haven't seen an Earth-like. But somebody left a comment a couple videos ago about how you can see if a planet is terraformed after you scan it by looking at the info on the system map. And if that is the case, then since I got that comment, I've been looking and I haven't seen any. Oh, you know what? I did say that I was gonna try jumping with a lot less fuel. So this is gonna be the last star that I will fuel scoop for a while. But let's look at what we're talking about here. I'm not gonna scan any of these because these are all rocks, but like clicking on that and then going over here, after you scan it, you get a whole bunch of information. I guess that's where it tells you if it's terraformable or not. But this seems to be a boring system, so let's move on. We're looking at 13 jumps. I have the course plotted to just a random B star because the target is just so far out. Like, remember, we're still looking at like 4,000 light years or something like that. And I didn't see any neutron stars or black holes along the way, so I just chose a random star and plotted the course to that. And if anything, it's just going to bring us closer to our destination. So I'm going to go ahead and shut up for now until I find something awesome. I'll see you guys in a bit. Now, I did kind of want to talk about another series that I've started on this channel. Remember, I'm an old guy. I'm 35 years old. I've been playing video games my entire life. So there are a lot of games that I still remember very fondly. Like, I can still hear soundtracks in my head sometimes. I can still remember layouts of areas in the game or tactics used and stuff like that. And what I'm going to be doing, and I've already started the series, I think, by today, not by this video, but in a couple hours, you're going to see the second episode of Lufia and the Fortress of Doom, which was one of my favorite games back when I was an early teenager. It was the SNES era. I call it the golden age of RPGs because the RPGs on the SNES were just absolutely amazing. You know, the Final Fantasy 4 and Final Fantasy 6, which were lovingly referred to as Final Fantasy 2 and 3 here in the States. There was Chrono Trigger and Lufia, Robotrek, all kinds of RPGs on the Super Nintendo, which were absolutely amazing. And I'm going to be, running through those games. And those are full Let's Plays. There's going to be very little cuts, unlike this series, because, you have to cut out stuff in this series because, I mean, let's face it, not everything is interesting. Much like what's going on right now, but I'm talking to you. We're having fun. Also, if you take a look at my fuel, stop it. I'm attempting to not scoop until I get down to about half fuel. And then I'm only going to scoop a little bit each star. What I want to do is raise my jump range. And I'm told that that's the way to do it, because obviously fuel is heavy and it like lowers or raises your weight, so it lowers your jump range. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it to about half, because I have a ridiculous amount of fuel. I did take an extra fuel tank, the 64-ton fuel tank, which I think is hindering me more than helping me, especially since I never let it get down low. I always scoop every star, so it's really pointless to take. So I'm going to let my fuel get down really low. Well, not really low, to about half, so that I still have a buffer in case I don't find any stars to scoop. But we are, oh, here we go. I love these stars, man. These in the, I think this is an F, and like the A's and stuff. I absolutely love these stars. But hopefully I won't have to worry about, oh, look at this. Look what we've got down here, guys. Oh, it's so far away, but we're going to go down there and we're going to scan the first 5. I know that is a metal one, so maybe not. But, because look at this one. Let's listen to this one for a little bit. Come on, buddy, do the right thing. Ah, it's metal. What about this guy? This one even looks cool. I think it might be ice, though. Well, whatever. We're going to get down there and we're going to scan these 5. So it's going to take a bit. I already forgot what the hell I was saying. Oh, it's an A. I thought it was an F. Alright, I already forgot what the hell I was saying. But we're going to get down there and check those out. And I will see you in a little bit. Alright, we're almost to this cluster of planets. It took about 10 minutes of just straight flying. But I did remember what I was talking about. And that is the new series. So what I'm going to be doing is I've already started with Lufia. There's Lufia and the Fortress of Doom, which is the first game. And I'm just going to be playing through like my old favorites. Lufia, Secret of Mana, Illusion of Gaia, stuff like that. So I think that'd be pretty cool. If you like those kinds of games, go ahead and check them out. I mean, I would love for you to, you know, be entertained by those as well. But that's all I'm going to say. I don't want to turn this video into an advertisement for other series. But I did kind of want to, like, I was thinking about this whole Earth-like situation. And what if, it would be really cool if I was able to find, like, a system that had an Earth-like in it that I could make my home system. And it would be really cool if, like, we were able to build space stations or something so that I could just be a hermit out here forever and, you know, go around and just exploring everything around that area and only returning to the bubble when I needed something. And it'd be really cool to be like some crazy hermit. Like I could be legendary Commander RestlessCorpse, who hasn't, you know, who's no one has seen in years and blah blah blah. And you know, when I come into the bubble, it's like, oh my God, there's RestlessCorpse. But alas, we can't do that. But we got that scan. That was a high metal. This one I'm kind of interested in. I think it might be an icy body, unfortunately. But let's check it out, because it looks interesting, and I didn't really listen to it a whole lot, but it didn't sound like a metal planet. Unfortunately, that means it probably is an icy or rocky body, but it looks weird, and I kind of want to get real close to it and check it out. So let's get it scanned first. But what do you guys think about being able to, like, make stations out in the deep space and live out there? Because what if everybody was doing it? You know, everybody was able to find their own system and make a station there. Eventually, all of the galaxy would be populated, and that would be awesome. I think that that would be really cool. That's the high metal. It'd be really cool to, you know, have more populated areas than just the bubble. Like, I mean, well, it's human nature to expand, right? And how cool would it be to just be able to go anywhere in the game? I mean, I know the game is already like super big, and it, you know, it can be hard to find other people at times, you know, excluding a community goal, because everybody seems to go to those, and that's like the hotbed of PvP activity and, you know, meeting people and hanging out with people and stuff. But imagine if the game, like, let's say the player base rose exponentially. Eventually, the bubble would just be clogged with people, right? And this is very, very generous assumption that there would be that many people playing. But it could happen. So in that event, we would have to expand, right? And I know they've done community goals to set up stations in other places. And I think somebody mentioned... Are you going to stop, sir? Okay. All right. All right. We're loop-de-looping. I know somebody mentioned in one of my other videos on the comments that there's some place where you can go to submit a system for colonization or whatever. But I don't know if they mean like way the hell out here. But that'd be really cool if just like anybody, let's say it took a certain amount of money, if anybody could pay to have a station set up in any system that had planets that could support that kind of thing, eventually the entire galaxy would just be cool. It would be like full and lively, and I think that would be really damn cool. So far they've all been metal planets. High metal content. I'm pretty sure that the last two were also high metal content. Actually, I think the last one might even be an icy body. I don't remember. In last episode, I think we found one that looked exactly like it. Or it was the episode before. It was 2 days ago. With the ice caps. Remember, I took a screenshot there. It's exactly the same looking planet on the system map here. This one. So... I can't exactly remember what it was. I think it was just metal. But I know this one is a metal because we listened to it. But who knows what type of metal it is. I haven't seen a metal rich in a while. But here's hoping that at some point, maybe, 3 or 4 seasons down the road, they'll let us do something like that. Well after the Thargoids have invaded and everybody's fighting. And, it would be cool, like, in the storyline, I guess, to have to kind of abandon the bubble because the Thargoids are crazy. Come on, are you going to actually stop this time? That'd be awesome. All right, because the Thargoids are, like, taking over everything and mankind is scattering to regroup and making makeshift stations all over the place. I just think that'd be really cool. All right, we've got one more planet to go, and then we are moving on. Hopefully it is relatively close. I know all of these, those are all icy bodies. So we're not even going to worry about those. But we're going to hit this guy, which is just a short little skip this way. And then we'll move on. And we're still 9 jumps away from the target. And the target isn't anything special, so once we get to that target, obviously we're just going to plot another course and keep going. Come on. Just had to power through that gravitational field there. Also, I think... No, I did this... Yeah, I turned off my cargo hatch because I was looking for things that I could turn off that would lower my heat a little bit. And I don't know why. I was just trying things out. But the cargo hatch is really the only, like, non-essential thing I have, kind of. I mean, I could turn off the heat sink that is empty. But... I don't know. Then it wouldn't even show up on my thing over there, and I would probably forget that I have an empty heatsink. Anyway, we are close to scanning this, and then we're going to move on. Once again, I'm pretty sure it's a high metal content. It could be an icy body. We'll figure it out. And I forgot to get close to the planet, but I don't want to go back to it now. Alright, we're out this piece. Where are you, buddy? So... looking here, my jump range has increased. It's 24.3, whereas it was 21 or something before. So I'm kind of curious to see how high we can get that jump range, because it's going to help out a lot with these journeys where I'm just going from point to point, and it's like 13 jumps or something. If it could knock it down to like 8 or something like that, that'd be amazing. Lessons learned, guys. Next exploration mission, I'm only taking the stock fuel tank and not the extra 64 tons. Anyway, let's see what we got here. So I'm not going forward because I do not want to scoop, but we do want to scan a bunch of rocks. Nothing but rocks. So after we scan this one, we're going to get the hell out of here to this guy. 24.2, not too shabby.
Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, now we are still kind of close to the star here, so the heat's jumping. But it should be okay. We're going to start smoking here in a second. But it's not too bad, because going back down, we're okay.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Alright, buddy. What secrets do you hold, system, sir? I've random letters and numbers and dashes. Oh, you're by yourself. Okay. Well, that was fun. Moving on then. As soon as it's done scanning.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yep. Let's go. So I know I say this at the end of every video, guys, but I want to say it again. I really do appreciate you guys watching these videos and, you know, having little conversations with me and stuff. I did put a little excerpt of yesterday's video up as like an elite short, and that's just something that I do sometimes, like the gravity video and now the prank video. I'm still not sure why that happened. I guess it's just a bug. Before I made that video, that little excerpt, I did look around on Reddit to see if anybody had ever run into that, and I didn't see any posts saying that they did, so I decided to put it up. None of these are all that important. These are high metal content planets. That is a rock. Those are all rocks. So we're going to leave this system alone too. This time, I'm kind of worried about this heat, so especially since this system is on the kind of the other side of the star. So let's just wait until the heat starts going down, and then we'll hit that hyperdrive. Good enough.
Frameshift drive.
But I just wanted to thank everybody. You guys are supporting me, and I think it's great. And I'm trying to do right by you guys by making, you know, constant videos and not talking about completely boring crap. So I'm doing the first part right. Not sure if I'm doing the second part right, but nobody's told me, hey, your video's boring, so I guess that's good. But don't be afraid. You know, if I get into a patch of boring videos, let me know, because that is the last thing that I want to do, is bore the hell out of everyone. Because, you know, sometimes a leg of the journey is just not that interesting. You know, we keep running into stuff that we've already run into, and that'll happen. What are you, sir? I believe that you are a metal body. You're also decently far away, so if you're just metal, we're taking off. Yep, they're metal. Alright. That is an A. A's are awesome. Also very hot, so we're going to get away from this before we start jumping. And the fuel, I still have about 2/3. So I'm not going to start scooping just yet. And that actually kind of cuts down on the time it takes to get, you know, from system to system, is when I don't have to sit there and scoop. Although it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, because most of the time I'm done scooping before I'm done scanning the star. And I always scan the main star. But it feels like we're going a little bit faster. I don't know. Usually I don't sit here and jaw with you guys over many jumps. I cut and I get to interesting stuff. But sometimes I just want to talk. You know, that's what I'm doing this for. Remember, it's like you guys are hanging out, but, you know, just sitting on the couch. I mean, I'm not sitting on a couch, I'm sitting in a computer chair, but it's like we're sitting on the couch just playing a game, you know? Hanging out, talking, laughing at things, pointing at stuff, and making fun of it. These, you know, nah. We're moving on. Where are you, buddy? I've only got 4 jumps to go. I'm pretty sure I can hyperdrive from here, because the vector is this way, away from the star. So I shouldn't have to worry about heat. Although I am smoking. Whatever. As long as it doesn't get up to about 90, I'm happy. 80, I think, is when it starts yelling at you, but 90 is when I start to get unhappy. Alright. After this one will be 3 jumps away. Yeah, sometimes it does that. Like, when you pop out of a hyperdrive, it looks like you're flying downwards rapidly. What have we got here? Also, nothing interesting. A whole bunch of high metal content, but they're kind of close. At least this one is. It's not close enough to be worth it, though. So let's get the hell out of here. I don't know where this one is, because I didn't see it as I was flying in. I guess it's away. We can go ahead and do it.
Frameshift drive charging.
Maybe that's why it seems so much faster. It's because I don't have to fly away from the sun for a while before I engage hyperdrive. I don't know. But 3 jumps away, going to be 2 jumps away.
2.
And maybe the system that I plotted would be awesome. I think it's a B with a couple B's in it. I don't remember. I think there's like 4 stars in that system. We're coming up on half fuel as well. I think we'll let it get a little bit lower than half. I'm enjoying this higher jump range. Okay, this system sucks. So we're just going to scan this guy up. We got 2 more jumps. Where are you, buddy? There you are. This is a short jump. Why the hell would it choose a short jump? Well, maybe it's just because I'm getting so close to my destination. There's, you know, nowhere else to really jump. But 2 jumps and then we're there. And then I think that'll probably be it, depending on what's in that system or this system. We'll see. Because I am running a little bit over on the time that I usually like to stop. But we're having so much fun just hanging out and talking to each other, you know? It's kind of hard to stop. Oh, I saw another star down there. It looked like a T. Yep, that is definitely a T. Well, there's a lot of stuff in this system. Nothing amazing, though. What are you? I bet you're metal. You look metal. And I don't mean like metal. I mean a metal planet. Yep, that's a metal planet. Alright, what do we have down here? I believe you are also a metal planet. As a matter of fact, I've run into several of you. Although you're not that far away. Farther than I want to go for high metal content, though. So, here we go. Now, just remember, the difference is when we get into the core, it's going to be a little different than how it is now. Like now, even if it's undiscovered, if I see that there's a high metal content and it's just not like super, or if it's not like close enough to the main star that I can just scan it from there, then I usually I'm passing it up. But when we get into the core, it's going to be scanning. If I find an undiscovered system in the core, I'm scanning everything except for rocky and icy bodies. So if it looks like I'm kind of getting lax in my duties, my exploration duties, it's only because I want to get to the core. When we get to the core, then we're gonna go back to full-on exploration mode. But here we go. Hello, sir. It's so bright in the middle. What do you have for me? No. Damn it. I can hit that other bee, I'm sure, from here. Because bees are generally big. Like, they're big enough that I think you can get them from pretty far away. Let's check it out. Yep. Alright, cool. I'm pretty sure we're not going to be able to hit the other one, though, because it's a smaller star. But it is undiscovered, which is good. So after we scan this guy up, I'm going to fly out a little bit. And we'll take a look at the galaxy map before I let you guys go. Because there are a couple things that I want to check. Alright, let's just start flying into the void here. So the first thing that I want to check is how far away we are from home. I believe that was an L. No, an M. No, a K. G. Oh, it's an F. We are 9,533 light years from home. So now, let's take that back off. Let's see how close we are to the core. Whoa, game, chill out. We're still 17,337 light years from the core. So that's not that bad. I think last time we checked, we were 22,000 or something like that. I mean, we're down here. There are a bunch of nebulas to hit on the way in, too. So when we hit this, I'm going to try, like, rather than going straight for it, I'm going to try and go through these nebulas here to hit it, kind of like a roundabout way there. Just to ensure that we are going to continue with the trend of getting undiscovered places. See, like, it just feels like, well, maybe. I mean, there's one there, but it just feels like this area is so neglected by the RNG that created the galaxy parts back here. And like all of this, there's absolutely nothing out here on the other side. So, who knows? I mean, we're going to end up, before we go home, guys, we're going to end up around the end of this arm. Because look, the colors are really weird here. Let's see what we got out here. I mean, there's stuff, you know? So, we're going to end up over there, and then, rather than go straight back through the core, we're going to do a straight line, which will pass the core, and hopefully hit things like that Eagle Nebula and Omega Nebula and all that. And the Lagoon Nebula and stuff. Although that's kind of out of the way. And then at some point, I am going to want to go out to Bernard's Loop. Everybody seems to love Bernard's Loop. So, oh, and there's the Heart and Soul Nebula out there. That's pretty cool. Man, that looks cool. Maybe we'll check those out too. The heart actually looks like a heart. That's cool. But anyway, guys, that's all the time I've got. Let's find a sweet screenshot. How about that? Because that's something that I neglect sometimes, you know? I neglect the screenshot, and that is not cool. So let's get a little bit closer to the star. Shouldn't have flown so far away from it. I should have powered down. But I'll see you guys in a second. We're going to get to that star, take a sweet screenshot with the galaxy behind it and everything like that. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is where I'm going to leave you. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you want to see more videos of Elite Dangerous or any of the other videos that I've done, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you have anything to say, throw it down in the comments. Remember, my name is Commander RestlessCorpse. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I'll see you in the next video.
Eject. 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 Eject.